So we found out about the Go Digital program on social media. We also received the council email newsletter, and it was included in there. When you're running a small business, it's always tough, and I think it's worth looking for sort of, any support you can receive is always going to be beneficial. And I think for us, it was the opportunity to speak to an expert advisor and also at the same time receive funding, which meant that we weren't only receiving that expert advice, but we could also put it into practice. We have a tendency with these things to think it's related exclusively to marketing or to sales, but in fact we looked much more broadly than that. Things like data protection, video conferencing, even connectivity and staying safe online. AI is an area that we were relatively comfortable with as a business, but I think one of the advantages of Go Digital is that you have that sort of third-party expert who can come in, look at your business externally, and no matter, it might be that you think there's areas that you are doing really well in, but there's always space for kind of fine-tuning, and that's where the advice from Go Digital really helped us. Don't just have one call, you have two calls. In between those calls, you receive your digital action plan, and then you have the opportunity to review it with the advisor. And what I think was really good was sort of leaving the process with a very clear series of recommendations that we could take forward to sort of help our business grow and spur it on to the next level. I think it's important to remember it's not just what you go off and spend the grant money on. There was loads of little pieces, little actionable insights that we could take away. For example, I feel very comfortable with digital marketing. That's kind of my background. Chatting to Mike on the calls, one of the things that he recommended was that we registered with the ICO, and thought very hard about how we were protecting data, how we were processing it. That's not my specialty, that's not my background, and that was really useful. If you're a small or medium business, and kind of no matter what stage of your growth you're at, whether it's your complete startup, whether you're growing or whether you're changing your business, Go Digital is really an invaluable asset to help take your business on and accelerate into the future.